there, welcome. I'm Belle, and today I'd like to discuss with you guys something that's really important and absolutely crucial when it comes to teaching. Not only teaching, I feel like in most areas where you deal with the public, with people, different people, this is something that's really absolutely essential to keep in mind when working in those situations. So today we're going to talk about assertiveness and how to be assertive, and what things that you're probably doing are keeping you from being an assertive person. So before we start, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put a new video every single Friday and another video throughout the week. I talk about a lot of different stuff here on my channel. I've been teaching for 10 years and I'm also a dancer. I've been dancing for pretty much all my life, so I try to kind of combine those things and talk about them here on my channel. So if you're into that thing, if you're a teacher, maybe a beginner, or if you are starting to dance, I have some tutorials here on my channel, so please check my other videos out. And without further ado, let's go right into the video. So before we start talking about some tactics on how to be more assertive and things that are probably keeping you from being assertive, let's recap a little bit on what assertiveness is. So to me, like to my eyes, I see assertiveness as an ability, the ability to kind of stand up for what's right without being aggressive and impatient, but in a calm, not passive, but positive. That's the word that I was looking for. Positive way. So it's not being passive at all. Actually, it's standing up for what's right, but without being aggressive. Which, when we kind of talk about the definition, it might make you think that it's easier than it actually is, because in daily situations, in difficult situations, you might see yourself losing patience and not being as calm as you would like to when facing people with different opinions. So here are some ideas on how to be more assertive, and in the end I'm gonna be talking about some things that might be keeping you from being an assertive person. So the first thing that you should keep in mind is, when talking to someone, when explaining why what they're doing is wrong. For example, I deal with children a lot. I've been teaching children for a long time, for literally the longest time. So if you're talking to a child and you have to explain to that child why it is wrong, why your answer is no, why they can't keep doing what they're doing, you should keep it simple. Do not beat around the bush. But that also applies for adults too, because the faster it is, the easier it is for them to comprehend. And I remember when I started working, I had this amazing colleague, and she told me something that it stood with me for all those years, and it's probably gonna still stay with me for my entire life. She said that when she was little, her mom used to give her the longest lectures on how she was doing things wrong, and why she couldn't do something. And she just she would look at her mom and say, "Why don't you beat me already?" Because she would stop paying attention. I always remember Charlie Brown. If you are a younger person, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but if you are older like me, you probably know what I'm talking about. Charlie Brown was a cartoon when I was growing up. It was amazing. And I remember in the cartoon, Charlie Brown had this teacher, and when she was in the cartoon, all she would say was blah 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 blah, because they were not paying attention. So if you over explain to them why they're doing something wrong, they will stop paying attention, they'll stop listening, they'll probably be pissed, and it won't work. They won't listen to you. So in order for them to listen to you and to be assertive, because at the end of the day you just want to get it over with and move on, and move on with your life, move on with your job, with your class if you're a teacher like me. Keep it simple. Keep it completely simple. Choose your words wisely. I know that when you're angry, sometimes it's really hard, but just take a deep breath, relax, smile. I feel like when you smile, honestly, when you smile, like it's such a fake it till you make it philosophy, but when you smile, even if you're angry, it kind of makes all the anger go away, at least for me. So yeah, smile more. That's definitely something that I advise you guys to do. Smile more, because and a smile is a lot more inviting. They will listen to you more if you're smiling. So smile more, that's for sure. Something that you can also do in order to be an assertive person is, it kind of goes with the first one, but is when you speak in not super quiet, like don't whisper, but speak calmly and in a low voice tone. Like it doesn't have to be like super low, but like how I'm talking to you guys. Like this tone will make them listen to you, especially if you're talking to someone who is angry, like if you're talking to a child who like is crying or who was crying. Talk to them in a calm because this voice tone is a lot more inviting for them to listen to you. So if you speak like this and have a smile on your face and just explain to them in a few words why what they're doing is wrong, that's a lot more effective than just yelling at them and being angry. So that's definitely something I advise you guys to do. Talk in a calm, low voice tone, that's for sure. Do not allow the anger that's going on inside of you affect your voice tone and how you talk to the person. That's really, really, really important. Next, I just want to say, think before you say something. Choose your words wisely, because everything that you say can come back to bite you know where. So always think before you say something. Do not allow yourself to be impulsive in those situations. This is just really, really important. When I think of things that keep people from being assertive, I feel like being impulsive is right there at the top, because when you are impulsive, it's almost impossible to be assertive. Try not to be impulsive in those moments. Like after it's over, after like your shift is over, after class is over, after you go home, you can cry to your pillow. I hate to quote Abby Lee Miller, but I have to say, save your tears for the pillow, because in this kind of environment, it's absolutely unacceptable to cry or like cry out of anger. It's really important to keep it together and just get yourself together, talk to them, and then after you are alone, you lock yourself in the bathroom, just let it go. But yeah, I've seen myself in those situations, absolutely, but I had to take a deep breath, put on a smile on my face, talk to them nicely, and honestly, it's always worth it. Always worth it, because I've worked with different teachers and they would constantly tell me stories of how they lost their minds with like a parent or a child, and I would always be like, oh my god, I can never do that, because it never works. It never works. For as much as you're angry, keep a smile on your face, try to be warm, nice and calm. That's definitely something that pays off. And Last but definitely not least, and this is probably the most important, because if you don't have this quality that I'm going to talk about next, this ability that I'm going to talk about next, all the other things that I told you guys about, all those things are absolutely impossible if you don't have this. But before I tell you guys what it is, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell so you receive a notification every time I post a video. Give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to tell me in the comments below what you guys do in order to be an assertive professional or an assertive parent, because I mean, it's really important to be an assertive person as a parent too. And I mean, it takes a lot more effort and to do that, because I mean, being a parent is a full-time job. So if you are a parent, tell me in the comments below. I think it can help me a lot. I love learning from you guys too. So the last thing, the last ability that you guys need to have is empathy. Is empathy. Honestly, like, I feel like I need to tattoo this word, empathy, because this word is definitely what makes everything possible. Everything possible. If you, especially if you work with people, if you work with human beings and you don't have empathy, I don't know why you're doing it. I don't know why you're working with people. Find another job, find another career, because I feel like I don't know how you guys do it if you don't have empathy for people. This is really important. So if you don't know this, empathy is the ability to put yourself in another person's shoes and like kind of feel what they're feeling. I feel a lot of empathy for people, a lot more than I should, being completely honest. I'm definitely an empath. I feel like throughout my career, this has helped me a lot, because it makes me warm to people. It makes people see me as a person who understands them, who understands what they're going through. And I feel like I always try my best to understand. And like, the only time that I've allowed myself to cry with a student or with a parent is when they start crying first, because that has happened. Like, I had a student who found out she had cancer, so she told me and she started crying, and I started crying with her. And like, in the end, she gave me a hug, and she said, "Thank you so much for listening to me. I feel like you really listen to me and you really feel my pain, so that means a lot to me." So honestly, being an empath is like something that I can't stress, you guys. Like, I can't stress that enough. It's so important, it's crucial, it's essential. So don't forget, try your best to have empathy for people, not only in your professional life but in real life. I feel like in 2020 especially, we're living in a time where it's really hard to find people with empathy and sympathy for other people. So try your best to be a person who has empathy. So that's my final message. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell so you receive notifications every time I post a video. I post a video on Friday and another video throughout the week. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I see you soon for a brand new video. Bye!